I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on GBN, we're talking to a top-notch author. Her name is DeAnna Schiff. She is an educator and ADHD coach whose work has empowered countless young learners to believe in themselves. She's out with a book. It is called The Map of Midnight. It is a fast-paced mystery adventure that invites young readers into a world where courage, friendship, and critical thinking light the way. The author delivers a story that inspires children to trust their strengths and embrace the magic of curiosity. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today. We thank the team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put her on TV today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her amazing book. The links are below this interview. DeAnna, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
It's a real pleasure. You've done great work on this book. Let's talk a little bit about the inspiration behind it. What inspired you to merge mystery, magic, and emotional growth in this book?
The Map of Midnight was inspired by my love for mystery, adventure, and that kind of magical feeling that you get when you're a kid who believes that the world is just full of hidden secrets. Um, I also work closely with kids through um, tutoring and my coaching center, my ADHD coaching center and academic tutoring. And I see very much how confidence and courage, all of that they're trying to build within the center and with my coaches. So I wanted to create a story where ordinary kids can discover extraordinary strength within themselves. And that idea kind of became the heartbeat for this book.
Wonderful, wonderful. I think it captures a sense of wonder, and I think it does really empower young people to realize that they have all the tools they need really to succeed in this life. Talk to us a little bit about your work with children, especially those with ADHD and the influences they had on the characters and challenges that you have in the
Yeah.
characters in your book.
So my work with children absolutely shapes everything that I write. I work with students who face academic and confidence challenges every day.
Hmm.
And I see firsthand how much they need stories that reflect resilience and self-belief.
Hmm.
So writing for them helps me create characters who feel real and it helps kids that have doubts and strengths and fears and gives them these moments of triumph reading the story.
Yeah.
So I, want every child who reads my books to feel seen and encouraged, and that's what I do through my writing and also at my center.
Wonderful. The story emphasizes teamwork and self-trust. Why are those important themes for young readers today?
Yeah. A lot of children are scared to work with other children or they don't know how to socialize or interact. And so when you have that team building, that confidence, that camaraderie with other children, it helps empower them as well so they don't feel left out, left alone. So the team building and inspiration kind of that you get from friends and having those working relationships with other children is very, very important. And that reflects through my book and also, the work that I do with these children at the center.
Wonderful, wonderful. Have you envisioned this story as a film or a TV series or anything like that?
No,
No?
no, not at all. No. I write for fun. I love to write. I've written and English and grammar and all of that has been a love that I've had since I was a kid. And I've always wanted to write a book. And so I've written a few now, but this is my first middle grade children's mystery novel. So it's kind of a very, very good, how do you say it? Like a
Niche book?
achievement for me.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a dream. Yeah, it's a dream that I had and I've achieved it and
Yep.
I'm excited to keep writing.
Yep.
This book has left an open end so I can continue writing the same, with the same storyline, same characters, but a different setting. And I do have ideas about what I want to do for the next book. So I'm excited about it.
Right. So where do you think the next book will take you?
I'm kind of thinking along the lines of a coastal town. So
Hmm.
right now it doesn't, there's no name of the town. It's just a small town, a little village, and there's a map inside the book. So it's very intriguing for children to kind of use their own imaginations about where this takes place. But my next book, I'm looking more towards a coastal town with water and boats and marinas and things like that. So that's kind of where my mind is taking me right now.
Well, that's a good place for your mind to take you. I think we'd all like to go to a coastal place with boats
Right?
and marinas and all of that
Yes,
stuff.
yes,
So I think that'll be part of the fun for children to explore that terrain as well. So that sounds great. Many children face self-doubt when
yes.
problem solving. Talk to us about how your book helps them overcome that barrier.
So when they, not going to want, trying not to give too much away.
Hmm.
When they are find this map,
Yeah.
they have to take them. The map leads them to places, and they have to overcome the fear of doing these things at midnight in the middle of the night alone, but with their friends. So that's that teamwork that I was talking about before. So, they have to overcome fears of, I don't know what's behind that door. I don't know where I'm going. I'm going down a dark street. I don't know what I'm doing, but they build the confidence within themselves, and they have their friends around them to help them build their confidence together as a team. And they are facing their fears of, I don't know what's coming next. So many people have a fear of, what if? I don't know what's to come next. I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing. And I'm supposed to, in the story, they have this map showing me an arrow to go here. So they're thinking, what's going to be there? I don't know. I'm scared. It's the middle of the night. I don't have my parents. I'm by myself. But it's a journey, it's a mystery, it's adventure for them. And they're overcoming their fears of the what if and I don't know. And together they strengthen one another on this journey.
If those kids learn to not fear what if and lose their fear of the unknown, I think they'll be stronger adults.
Right,
And
exactly.
because
Yeah.
I love not knowing where I'm going. I think
Yeah.
that's part of the fun.
Part of the
I always
fun.
tell people
Exactly.
I'm most comfortable outside of my comfort zone.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think that's a good lesson indeed. How do you see stories like this one supporting parents and educators and encouraging both curiosity and critical thinking?
So, this story would be great for teachers to read to the students at school, because there is that very big element of curiosity. Critical thinking skills is, where do I go next? What is this specific object used for? Where do you think it leads to? What do I need to use it for? How do I use it? Um, there's a lock. Is there a key? Do I find the key? There's all these different things that these children come into contact with in this notebook that comes to life.
Yeah.
And so they are kind of unraveling the story as it goes and finding all of these new directions that it's taking them, and learning how to use the tools that they're given either visibly in the map or what they see when they get to their new location, trying to think of, how do we use this next? It's a step-by-step process for them. And it's exciting. And like I said, I don't want to give too much away,
Sure.
but that's kind of where it goes.
Well, it sounds great. It sounds great. I think children will love it. They'll learn from it, but they'll also be intrigued by it and they'll also be entertained by it. And you can't really inform someone unless you entertain them first.
Right,
And so I
exactly.
think that's a great aspect of this book.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about your writing career. You've written many books, right?
I've written a few,
Yep.
and I've started this about 2 years ago. And it's just all the writing comes kind of easy for me. I do have children's books out, and they're rhyming, so it's very fluid when they're reading. With children, rhyming is very important as an initial first step in learning how to read and understand. And so my first couple of books are rhyming books. I have them here if you'd like me to show you. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So first one here I have is Brave on the Bus. This was my very first book, and it is about a brother and sister who it's basically about the younger boy who has to ride the bus to school without his sister for the first time.
Great.
So he's overcoming that fear of riding the bus alone, being bored on the bus, not being able to talk to anyone. They have assigned seats and all of these things. But field trips are different, you know? So he goes on the bus and he gets a field trip and he gets to sit with his friends. And, you know, his mom gives him these special little things to help him feel safe. And that helps him through his day, riding the bus for the first time without his sister. So that's another confidence building book.
That's great. And that's something a parent and child can read together and
Exactly.
learn and dispel some of the fears and anxieties they might have. Because,
Yes.
in my mind, riding a bus is like being sent to Alcatraz for about a weekend. But
Yes.
I'm sure nowadays it's not nearly that
It's a
bad. It's
little
a little bit
different.
better.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
It is. And then the second book that I wrote is called Jackson Says Ah. Again, it's
Mhm.
about a little boy going to the dentist for the first time and the fears that
Yeah.
children have going to the dentist. And he's overcoming his fear of, I don't know what tools are going to put in my mouth. Is it going to hurt? Is it going to, pinch or pull or whatever? So again, his mom and his sister and his family is helping him get over that fear. And he meets a nice dentist and it's so great and wonderful and everything's fine. And he has his own coping mechanisms. He has a teddy bear. He brings things with him to make him feel safe. And in the end, it's wonderful and he's, feeling good.
Awesome. And that's another great parent-child book
Yeah.
or educator-child book where they can talk about the fears, dispel the fears,
Right.
help them anticipate what's going to happen.
Exactly. And
Don't
that
tell them
book,
the doctor's going to have a needle about this big that he's going
right,
to put into his mouth.
that's
You
when
know?
they get older.
Exactly, exactly. That's great.
But
Those are so helpful. And those
yes,
are real fears that children have. Do you have
right.
another book you want to show us?
I do. Well, so that other the book Jackson Says I is at some dentist office here
That's
locally.
perfect.
And they love it and they just put it out for the kids to read before they go in the waiting room. So I just wanted to kind of add that in. And then
Awesome.
the last one that I have before this new one that I wrote is
Yeah.
actually for the younger children. It's
Okay.
the Adventures of Bunny and Bear. It's a coloring and activity book, and this book just has a lot of coloring pages and small activities for children to do.
Awesome.
Um, and yeah, it's really great for
I
like
saw
the
like
pre.
match the shadow there, and that's a
Yes.
great critical thinking skill for
Hmm.
children to have.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
so it's coloring, and a lot of times coloring, even for adults, it's therapeutic. You know,
yeah,
you color pages and it helps relax you, it's calming. Same with children. And
yeah.
this activity book also, it's a coloring and activity book. There's activities in there for the kids to do to understand their critical thinking skills and kind of enhance them as as they're growing up and learning more. They can use this book as something fun to do, but also it's a little intellectual for them too.
And I think we've kind of forgotten about the wonder of a coloring book.
I
I mean,
know.
coloring books when I was growing up, I don't know about when you were growing up, were
Yes.
wonderful. We'd fill in every
Every
pages. We'd check with our peers to see who had colored it better and what
better.
colors they
Yeah.
used. And we had our 64, different Crayola.
Crayon box
Yeah,
with the pen
exactly.
with the
So
sharpener in the back.
you had to get the one with the sharpener.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. So that's
Yes.
great. That's really fun. So you're really dispelling some fears, educating children, and also letting them have some fun. Like I said, that's the secret sauce, of course. And that's, you got to enjoy it if you're going to learn. Before we
Right.
leave you, I want you to tell me a little bit about Learning Links.
Okay, so Learning Links is my business. It is a center for academic development and ADHD coaching. So
Okay.
I have a staff of academic coaches. I have children that come in anywhere from preschool through high school. They come in for tutoring, but it's more than just tutoring. So when people say, oh, it's a tutoring center, we are based on whole child learning. So that means social, emotional, academic, all of it together. We look at the whole child as one and everything that comes along with learning. And with a lot of children, learning is hard. It's frustrating. And if they have ADHD, it's even more frustrating and there's even more challenges. So the coaches that I have are trained to work with these children and teenagers to kind of help dispel those emotions and learn their own coping skills to calm themselves down if they're getting frustrated or emotional at school or at home. We also coach parents as well and give them the tools that they need to help their child after school if they come home from a hard day. And how they can relate to them and how they can help them achieve their scholastic goals, their educational goals at school, and also any other goals that they have with sports or anything else. ADHD is hard to manage, and we try to do this without medication. So it's a, more of a therapeutic approach to these students and parents and their siblings too. Having a family with a child with ADHD, sometimes they get a little bit more attention than the other sibling will. So we kind of help the whole family and the whole child. So all around.
If people are outside of the McHenry, Illinois area, can they access you remotely?
Yes, they can. I do virtual sessions as well, so Zoom meetings and so forth. So yes, we do virtual academic sessions as well as ADHD coaching. Yes,
Wonderful. And your website is?
it's Learning Links with an X.
Wonderful, wonderful. We've been talking about a lot today with DeAnna, including her wonderful book, her latest book. It is called The Map of Midnight. It is a fast-paced mystery adventure that invites young readers into a world where courage, friendship, and critical thinking light the way.
Yes.
DeAnna, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. It was so great to meet you. Big fan.
Oh, I
So
appreciate
thank
that.
you. Thank you for having me. I really do appreciate this opportunity.
Well, right back at you. I'm a big fan of your work, so I
Thank
appreciate you spending the time with us here today. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on the Global Book Network.